WWE 2K24 delivered us some pretty good content yesterday with the commercial that debuted on SmackDown, and it's about the WCW pack. Now, we've seen some details in there. I know a lot of people were hyped. The Great Muta looks amazing, but I'm not going to play the video because WWE has been on a roll striking my content when it comes down to me putting stuff that's all gameplay truly, but they decide to, you know, still strike me just because they played it on commercial during the show. So I will not be playing it, but I think the commercial looks good. Is it missing maybe that spark that, you know, some of the other DLCs had? Maybe, but they do have a big new detail in here that's being added that it was a surprise to most. A lot of people didn't know. A lot of people did know because there was a leak. But let's go on ahead and get into it, y'all, and I'm just gonna watch it and I'm just gonna talk to y'all about it because I do think that it looks dope. Diamond Dallas Page, I think that he looks good. I wish we got the buzz cut Diamond Dallas Page, but I get it, you know what I'm saying? It's the WCW joint. DDP looks good, man. I think that it looks pretty good. Somebody showed a comparison of the 2K19 and 2K24, and I think that 2K24 looks miles better. I think in terms of detail, the lighting, just everything in general looks good with the WWE 2K24 version. Rightfully so. It's a 5-year difference. So, and a next generation console. So it does look good. I just don't see an extreme difference. You know what I mean? Like, I believe 19 was the last one he was in, and it's not like, oh my gosh, like day and night. And I feel like it should probably be day and night, but how much better can the graphics really get when you're still running the console on old gen as well? So just my 2 cents. The Great Muta looks good. They also showed him doing the spray out his mouth. I thought it looked dope. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people were really excited for the Great Muta. I think that that was one that we were like, oh my gosh, like we need that one to go down. So I am excited for, you know, the fans to get their hands on that. I'm excited for myself to get my hands on it. I mean, the Great Muta looks really, really good. At this point, it just feels like I just hop on for DLC, bro, and that's just it. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't feel like I do it, you know, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I think that it is exciting. I think that we are in for a nice treat with the WCW pack. Mr. Perfect, a guy that I have been waiting for a long time. I'm really excited about Mr. Perfect being in WWE 2K24. I feel like this is one of them where we've just been waiting for some of these legends to get back in the game. It just sucks sometimes because it's like, bro, like we're being charged for these legends, but unfortunately, I understand that's what DLC is. We get charged for legends and superstars that were once in the game and rejoin the game. It's just the nature. It's just the business of the game. So I completely get it. Mr. Perfect is one that I was excited for. I'm excited to get to play with him. So I am looking forward to that. Lex Luger, another one, looks good as well. I feel like he's been in the game before though, like recently, and they, you know, added him to the DLC, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? WCW War Games, that is one that I am indeed excited for. I am looking forward to that. I think that this is something that we're all, you know, excited about. I think that this is a detail we did not know about, and this is the detail that some people knew about that I mentioned earlier in the video. I think that the War Games match is going to be pretty cool. I think we only have 2 playable arenas for War Games, so for us to go out here and get another one, it is cool. I know it is late in the year, but I think the intent and the effort and, you know, them getting this in is a detail that matters. I do see a lot of people nitpicking, oh, they use these ropes for this year and they use this mat from the other year. Like, I do see a lot of that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know what WCW looked like. I mean, your boy wasn't even born back then. So shout out to the old school people, shout out to the old heads, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know what that is. I'm just excited that they're adding another new detail for us to be excited about, in my opinion. I think that's the best part about it, honestly. And a lot of people were wondering the stage. I think the stage looks super dope. I think that that's a big part, you know, of what everybody was talking about since they mix and matched a lot of, you know, what the ring looks like. I think the stage looks awesome. I really think it does. And I think that it's something that, you know, a lot of people will be excited about with this WCW pack. Again, man, I think that they did a pretty good job spreading out the DLC. They just got to add better content in the DLC. I think that that's really what it was. And, you know, put, you know, bad packs. If you're going to mix them up, throw in between a good pack. Don't throw them back to back like how they did with Post Malone and Pat McAfee. So I think that that's one of the ones where we're like, that's the con in this year's DLC. But in terms of like content and what we got, I honestly don't think it was bad. I like the fact that DLC was all the way stretched out to this way, because here we are talking about WWE 2K24 in November. how many times that happens. By this time, I'm already thinking about the new game, even though I am right now, but at least my attention is still on 24, and I think that's what they wanted at the end of the day. And this says includes over 55 new moves and taunts. I know a lot of people for the last DLC pack, they were like, I don't think it does that, but I think it does, man. You got to look at the taunts, you got to look at the moves, and that's just what it is, bro. I really think that that is how much we do really get. It's just, you know, what it is. I am excited, honestly, to see, you know, all the new moves, all the taunts. I was excited the last DLC pack, and I just like them adding all these new things. I mean, the game is getting older, is just the truth. But if we can stay intrigued, if we can stay, you know, just going, I think that it's going to be a very, very, you know, good pack. And I think that if they continue doing this throughout the year, I think we're going to see a big win, you know, for the fans, for the company, for the business. I think it's a win for all. They just have to add better content to these DLC packs. In terms of a patch, do I think we get something big for the patch? Probably not, y'all. Let's keep it a buck for a second. The odds of us getting a good patch at this point in the year is not going to happen. We want a lot of stuff fixed. We want universe mode fixed. We want everything fixed. And I sound like a broken record at this point. I know. We want so much stuff fixed. We want to get rid of the bugs. But let's just be honest with ourselves. It's not going to happen. It's just not. It just never happens with WWE 2K at this point in the year where we're getting something meaningful. I think it's already crazy that we're getting something big added like War Games, you know, to the game at this point in the year, even though it seems like it has been in development for a very long time. You know, I remember people talking about this is in the files in like May and even before that probably. So it doesn't surprise me that we are getting WCW War Games. I just don't think that in terms of, you know, the just the mechanisms of the game and the mechanisms of the mode, I don't think that's going to be tweaked at this point in the year. It don't really make too much sense. They're probably so far in development with 2K25 and, you know, not trying to give them a, you know, a slap on the wrist. It's just what it is, bro. It's the way it works. Development, everything. I just don't think we are going to see anything at this point, at this rate, that is truly, you know, worth our time, if I'm being honest. It's just what it is with WWE 2K24, and, you know, it's been maybe the story of the year. They added a lot of stuff, they added a lot of details, but when it comes down to the way the game functions, the mode functions, it's not the greatest, aside from my faction, of course, you know, that a lot of people have mixed opinions on and mixed thoughts on. And I don't think that's something that's ever going to change neither, because you have people spending money on these things, and, you know, people that are whales that have the money to spend, and they can look at their bank account and not even notice they spent the money. And that's just what it is, bro. That's the day and age we live in right now with microtransactions. I don't see 2K shying away from that one bit, and from a business standpoint, I can't blame them. The only people to blame are, you know, the people that keep spending the money on this, and, you know, keep making 2K bring it out. They forcing their hand. You know, we gonna keep bringing this content out because people are paying for it at the end of the day, bro. And people are not just paying for it, they are spending lots and lots and lots of money on it. So I think that plays a big role, and we got to look at that as well, and not just look at it from 2K's greedy standpoint. They're greedy because people are going into it and, you know, actually feeding them as greedy as they've been. So just my 2 cents with all of this, man. I don't think we're getting a crazy patch, but so far that commercial, the DLC that was teased, looks very, very, very good, and I am excited to see what's next for WWE 2K24. And then 25, we're off to the races after this month. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys did enjoy this video. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.